Good evening, Andy Secor here with Make Shots Basketball Training. Thank you for all the follows on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as I continue to post information regarding the training and some specific drills and feedback that I'm providing to players. I'm excited to now have worked with players in over 20 different schools and excited to add players from Lakewood and Grand Blanc in the coming weeks. I got a ton of feedback from my last video detailing the shot analysis, training, and feedback I've been doing with Jillian Brown, sophomore guard for East Grand Rapids. Today I wanted to take you into a little bit of a different time frame of the Make Shots training process. Since I've been working with Jillian for about 4 months, the intricate details of her shots and workouts and the feedback that I'm providing are after watching her shoot tens of thousands of shots in games and in Make Shot sessions. For this video, I'd like to back that process up, which will allow you to see some of the beginning stages and phases of Make Shots training. Alaina D is a freshman guard here in Hudsonville, Michigan, which is just west of Grand Rapids. She's very athletic, coachable, a hard worker, and determined to be great at whatever she does. I've watched Alaina play in a handful of games, and she's attended 2 small group Make Shot sessions. I've just started to summarize my notes from those sessions, as well as look at some of the beginning video analysis that I've taken of her while she's done some shooting drills. So here's a drill that we just call 3-point drifts. So I've taken some of beginning notes on Alaina, and then a little bit of what we're gonna see here is a few shooting things and tendencies that you can see. So first, really good balance. Eyes and chin at the target. Her shoulders are a little bit in front of her toes. She's got the ball in a really good shooting position. A lot of positives. So right away with her, you can tell this is not a shot you're gonna have to rebuild. It's a shot that we're gonna look to make some subtle adjustments. One of the things that you can notice a little bit that we'll work with Alaina on is her finishing out a little bit and not necessarily up. So that finish being a little bit out towards, with her fingers pointed towards the wall and not necessarily with her fingers pointed towards the ground, which can impact her arc angle a little bit. You can see she has really good balance and momentum as she jumps up and forward into the shot. So there's not a lot of negative energy transfer. She has that momentum going this way and this way towards the rim. You can see at her finish, she's really connected. She's not thumbing the ball at all. So you can see that there's a lot of those good fundamental pieces to her shot. So there you can see a little bit of that elbow finish on an angle here, which we would like to be a little bit higher. So I could see us doing some elbow above the eye line warm-up drills in one of our coming sessions. Former NBA shooting coach Dave Love recommends to shoot about 200 shots while working on or adjusting a very specific skill. So we would do that and then take a 5-minute break and then go back to that specific skill to see if that's been committed to long-term memory or that's something that she just did while we were in that shooting drill that we were working on. You can also see one of the things as well, the ball starts for Alaina in a pretty good spot of her shooting pocket right here. The ball starts to move very far away from her body. While I like that hip explosion into the air too, we might work with moving the ball in a little bit closer and collapsing that elbow to see if that can impact some of her overall power. You can see even in this drill, she shoots the ball at a pretty good clip from 3-point range, including some perfect swishes. She does a really good job of burying her right hand at the rim each time. One of the things we'll probably do because of that ball distance, we'll probably shoot some range extenders, which we'll see as we move out what type of power levers does she have in her shot, which might impact that too. So some of the next steps that I would anticipate us going to with Alaina would be grabbing some extra film on shooting off the dribble, some range extenders, and then some mid-range jumpers. That'll take me a couple hours to break down that film, and then that will allow me to affirm some of the things I have in my notes or some of the things I've seen with her on film, or I'll go back and revisit some of those things because then maybe they'll pick some things up that are a little bit different. There's a good example of her arc angle being really good here. How can I tell that this is a pretty good arc angle? Well, that ball goes off my screen. It's a pretty good way to tell if we're getting close to that 45% clip that we're hoping for. So next steps with Alaina would be then to take those things and break those down into that individualized shooting plan, which has all of those components that we want to individualize and personalize to make her a good shooter. Picking one or two things as to not overwhelm her, and then also affirming all of the good parts that she naturally has within her shot. I joke with players that every shot has a disease of some kind. Maybe it's just a cold, maybe it's a runny nose, maybe it's a sore throat. Hopefully it's not cancer, but it's my job to write a prescription with 1 to 2 simple things that we can simplify that shot to help her make some progress forward. That's just an example of the type of detail and personalization that I feel like is exactly what players need if they're really going to make gains in their shooting. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Always feel free to contact me at whatever site you might see this video on, or at andygcor@gmail.com for more information regarding Make Shots training.